Hi, fabulous Libras. It is time for your monthly reading for May 2021. I'm very excited. It's spring outside. I'm coughing to death because I'm allergic to everything. But other than that, I am loving it. Very excited about springtime and summer and barbecues and warm weather and all that stuff that I'm into. And I hope you're excited about everything too. I know it's a weird time in history and in the world, but we'll get through it and things are going to look great in the near future. I actually believe that. Yes, I do. I know that sounds crazy, but I am a little crazy. So there you have it. Today I'm going to do a really fun spread for you, something a little different. The original one was called the Love Life Thermometer. This one is, I'm just making it the Life Thermometer, so it's about general things, but you can, if you have a love question, you could just, see that my answer is general and just instead of it being general, apply it to your love life. If it's finances you're interested in, apply it to that or, whatever other concern you want to hear about. And you will maybe get some answers here, or at the very least, you have a different way of looking at things, which I find is one of my favorite things about the cards. I guess the other favorite thing is that they keep coming up over and over and over again. Like if I do a love reading for myself or, or even for somebody else, the same cards, as if they're with the same person, will come up again and again and again and again. It's pretty fascinating. So I love that aspect too. I like a lot of aspects. So the first one is your life. Ooh, I'm liking. Let's hope it's all that exciting and positive. So this first card is the Eight of Wands, and it means something's coming in fast and furious. It's a very active card, very fun, exciting, swift moving. It could be anything. Somebody's coming into your life. Sometimes we call it the arrows of love, because somebody comes in and it's really fast and passionate and exciting and amazing. Sometimes it's an opportunity comes blasting into your life, something often unexpected, some really interesting and amazing work opportunity, or some opportunity with a new friend, or a new relationship of any kind. It could be that you already know somebody and then you meet somebody through the other person, and it doesn't even have to be a love relationship. It could be anything, just somebody who is going to be good for you to know, somebody who's going to be really positive in your life. But it comes in fast and furious and, like I say, often unexpectedly. A very, very exciting and positive card, all about positive action. Or maybe you're going to put some idea that you've had for a long time into practice, and instead of, planning for another year, you're just going to dive right in and make this thing happen. That's always fun. Very, very exciting stuff. So this is something to take note of. That little man hasn't been coming up too often lately, but he's a bit annoying. So something to take note of. Okay, this card was historically, one of the meanings of it was failed plans. Okay, so that's one aspect. Because as you can see, the guy is running off with these swords, but he's not getting all the swords, and he's looking over his shoulder like maybe he's being chased, although you don't see anybody in the picture. Making away with something that isn't his. So this card can mean theft, it can mean deception. Some people say it means somebody's having an affair. I often get this card for both myself and other people, and it doesn't seem like there's any reason for it, and we never find anything to think there's a reason for it. So I often think it might be just a card of suspicion. Some people also say it's a card of gossip. So because it has so many meanings and they're so general, I'm glad it's just something to be made note of. So be aware, be wary that nobody takes advantage of you or steals from you, or, follow your intuition. I mean, I've had situations before. Have you ever had this where you have a large group of people into your house, say it's a party or something, and somebody brings a new girlfriend or boyfriend, and the person is wandering around your house kind of weirdly in places where maybe they shouldn't be, and you almost get the impression they're casing the joint or they're going to take something. Like, I mean, I've only had that happen a couple times in life. But follow your intuition and sort of direct them back where they go, and maybe don't invite them back again. If that's the case, that's just one of a thousand examples. If somebody's gossiping about you, Seriously, who really cares? Honestly, I would never worry about that. I mean, unless it's somebody you love and they're, kind of backstabbing you by gossiping about you. Generally speaking, like if people at work or whatever are gossiping, that's the nature of people. They gossip. And, just do what you know is right and the hell with them. I mean, that's what I have to say about that. And this one is supposed to be the advice. Here I am giving advice on the simple something to make note of. But this one is supposed to be general advice. King of Wands, he's making a lot of appearances today. Maybe because you've got these wands here and he's being coupled with these wands to really solidify this action aspect. So this guy could be a person you know, and if so, well, I'm supposed to give you some advice about him. If he's a good person and he's in your life and maybe you're seeking a love relationship and you want somebody who's fiery and impassioned and can put things into action, he might be your guy. Or if it's because you're trying to put something into action and this is somebody you know who is an action person and you might be able to get some advice or some help or something to fuel this along, that might be why he's coming up. But if it's something about you, like if it's just sort of an energy or an attitude where you need this guy to help you to put something into action, well, just know that when you put these things into action, it's very positive. Action is positive. We were not meant to stagnate and sit around. We were meant to constantly produce and put things into action. I absolutely believe that. I think you're better off in every way if you always do that. So it's a very positive card, and for advice, I would just say keep moving, keep doing what you're doing. Try to continue to be active in creating things and making things happen, because that's great, and you'll have a great month, I'm guessing, if you do that. This is what's going on right now. Okay. This guy is coming up more than usual. And I'm guessing it's just because, like, so many people get the Tower now because it's about upheaval in your life. The Hanged Man can mean you feel like you're in limbo. And a lot of people feel like they're in limbo because they can't make their travel plans, or they can't have the wedding at the place their family's always had the wedding at because it's closed now, and people aren't going to things, and so they can't have that. I mean, I know so many people right now who absolutely would socialize against all, against anything. They don't care one bit about not doing it, but their family won't even see them. I mean, it's terrible, and they're really isolated, and they're in this weird limbo. And I mean, there are a lot of suicides and stuff happening because of this. It's pretty devastating to some people. So that's one thing. You might feel like you can't do what you need to do because you're in this limbo. But the Hanged Man is also about going within and, looking at your inner self and finding your intuition and finding inner wisdom, all those things that are similar to, say, the Hermit. Normally the Hermit doesn't mean isolation, but lately I've been getting him a lot, and it might mean isolation because a lot of people are isolated right now. This card can also speak of sacrifice. Let's just say that you were going to start a new business, and that's something where you have to make a lot of sacrifices typically. Money that maybe would have been allocated to your home might be suddenly have to be poured into the business. Time that you might have spent with your children, you might not have enough to go around, and you might be putting an awful lot into the inception of this business. There's sacrifice. For every gain, there might be a bit of a loss, but you have to weigh out which is more important in the long haul. It's complicated. Let's face it, life is complicated. But this is not a bad card. I know it looks like a terrible card, but it really isn't. It's not good if we feel like we're in limbo, but right now the conditions are such that it's completely reasonable for you to feel that way. So this is what's going to happen next. This card is not unlike this card. It's another card about going within and, sort of evaluating your life, looking at where you've been, where you're going, what the next step is. If you think it looks scary, it's because the guy is lying on a coffin, because in medieval times, knights, when they survived, when they came back from battle alive, which was not super frequent, there was already a coffin built for them. So they would go and lie either inside of it or on top of it, and they would reflect on their lives and why are they alive when their friends, a lot of them are dead. Why did they survive? What is in the cards for them to do next when, things have changed so dramatically for other people that they know, and yet here they still are. I've known so many people in life, even myself. When I was young, I used to say, I only have to survive till I'm 40. I'll be 40 and then I'll die. Of course, 40 is a lot of years behind me, and yet I am still here. And the same with a lot of people. I know so many people who are like, I'm going to live fast, die young, all that kind of stuff. And, then all of a sudden they're, at the end of their life and they're not young by any means, and it's pretty amazing. So you probably have a lot left to do, like a huge amount of things to do, regardless of where you are in your life and what you think. And I mean, I know so many people also who thought they would die at the same age their parents did, which wasn't super old. Maybe their parents died at 60. I mean, my dad died when he was 60. I have no intention of dying at 60. This is just, I suppose it could happen, but I'm going to do everything to make it not happen. And I know other people like that whose parents died younger, and they've lived to be pretty darn old. So it's, just plan for being here is all I can say. I believe you probably will be. People are living longer and longer in spite of all the craziness. So anyway, this card is not necessarily positive, but it always seems kind of unwarranted. So I would not worry about it. It's something to make note of. So if you have somebody you're suspicious of, or something you're suspicious of, or, check the facts as much as you can, but I wouldn't get too bogged down by it. And everything else is pretty darn good. You're going to have a great month ahead. I hope that you send me an email, which is below, if you have anything you'd like to tell me. And I hope you have a lot of fun in the next while, in spite of anything and everything, and you live your life in a really positive way, and that the next month is absolutely brilliant. So enjoy and take care, and I hope to talk to you soon.